morning, it is 8 a.m. and I'm ready to go on my first ever solo trip to Verona. I've been planning this trip for almost 2 well, I haven't been planning it for 2 years. I've been planning on going for 2 years and it's just not worked out because I went on holiday somewhere else for a month the first year and then I started a new job the second year, but I'm going to Verona. I'm so excited. This has been my dream place to go on my first ever solo trip and I have so many things planned, so let's go. I've made it to Verona. I don't want to vlog anything on the way here because it was raining and I was in the car, but I'm here and let me just show you the view from my bedroom, okay? Cool. I've got a nice, beautiful, cute little street and then bam! I've got a view of the arena. What the hell? I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for a view of the arena and I got one. This is the beginning of an incredible trip and I'm about to go explore because it was supposed to be raining right now and it's not raining. So I'm gonna make the most of it and I'm gonna go and walk everywhere. But the first thing I wanna do is go to a supermarket because I love doing this when I go to new countries to just see what the supermarkets are like. So I'm gonna go to a supermarket and buy a big bottle of water and then I'm gonna explore. I think I've actually chosen, first of all, the perfect time of year and the perfect weather to do this because I just came to see the amphitheatre and there's maybe only about 2 people here and I think they're prepping for a concert because I wanted to book a concert but it was fully booked. But I'm just about to show you, it's completely empty and I get to see it and it's so beautiful. This is so embarrassing. I've gone around this arena in circles because I don't know where I came in from. I'm just going around all these bricks in circles. I don't know where the entrance... Oh, I found it. Okay, I'm back in my hotel. It is 7:30. I walked around, you know, surprisingly a lot considering I've just been on a flight. But I had so much fun. I saw quite a lot more than I expected to see. I'm not done for the night, obviously. If there is still daylight, I'm still outside, but my feet hurt and I was dying of thirst. So I went to the local supermarket, like I said I would. Not really different to any other supermarket I've been to, which is the conclusion I come to with every supermarket I go to, in every country I go to. But I just bought myself a massive bottle of water that I'm probably going to finish tonight. And then I think I just did this because I was hungry and I crate cherries. But I'm going to go out for dinner. I'm going to relax for a little bit. I'm probably going to shower. Or do I want to shower after dinner? I'm going to shower. And then maybe I'll shower after dinner as well. It's just so humid and hot. I'm not used to this. I'm from London. But I'm going to go out for dinner. I've said this 65 times. And then I'm going to come home. I'm gonna get an early night. I'm gonna read a shit ton by my pretty window so I can wake up super early tomorrow and seize the day because it starts raining about midday tomorrow. So I wanna do as much as I can before it starts raining, but that's my vlog so far. Can you hear that? I woke up to that, minus the sounds of the deliveries. I woke up to that music. I really hope you can hear it, otherwise it's just me smiling at the air, but good morning is what I mean to say. It's 7 a.m. I actually woke up half an hour ago, but I was a lot more tired than I thought, so I stayed in bed. And it's a beautiful day. I've just been sat on my windowsill eating cherries and reading my book and journaling. I'm about to go downstairs and have breakfast and then I'm gonna seize the day as quickly as I can because it's forecasted rain in a few hours, but it's such a beautiful day and I'm so excited. flowers on us. It's midday, halfway through my official first day in Verona. I have done about a million things, but I've come back home and I've changed. First of all, because I was hot and I was sweaty. Second of all, because my phone was dying and I needed to charge it. And it's so sunny. I know I keep saying this, but it was forecasted like stormy rain. So I'm grabbing the opportunity. I've already done most of the stuff that I wanted to do in the sunny days. So I'm literally just gonna get on a train and go to Lake Garda because it's 20 minutes away by train. So that's what I'm gonna do. I asked the receptionist for guides and she gave me an entire annotated map for what to do. So we're gonna go to Lake Garda. We're gonna go spend a few hours in Lake Garda because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Like, I scheduled my days because tomorrow is definitely raining. Today was a maybe. So I scheduled all of the indoory stuff in Verona that I want to do for tomorrow and all the outdoorsy stuff that I wanted to do for today. But I woke up at 6:30 in the morning. So I've done most of what I wanted to do today. The only two other things that I wanted to do that are outdoorsy here today was like sunset stuff. And the sun sets at around 8:39. So I've got time. It's 1:20. I'm getting all my stuff now. I'm gonna leave. I'm probably gonna get to the train station for about 1:45, 1:50. And then I'm gonna get in a train. I'm gonna get to Lake Garda for like 2:15, 2:20-ish. I'm gonna get a ferry, go around the lake, and then I'm gonna get a bus, and she told me a few towns that I need to go visit. And then I'll be back here by like 6, 7 p.m. and I'll have like just the right time to go see the sunset from where I wanna see it. I'm having such a good day, but I've changed my outfit. This is what I'm wearing, just shorts and a t-shirt, same shoes, and okay, bye. Okay, so slight change of plan. I got to the train station about 2 minutes before the train to Lake Garda left. So I bought another ticket, but the other ticket leaves at 2:45 instead of 1:45, which is when I arrived. So I'm just sat in the sun, basking in it, and I'm gonna wait for the train here, and I'm going to read my book. I'd also like to make a official complaint about London, which I'm always doing. My train to Lake Garda, as in I'm leaving Verona and going somewhere else, cost me the equivalent in euros of £3.50. £3.50. For my American viewers, that means what, like $5? It cost me £10, so around like $14 to get to work when I'm in London. To go from one part of London to another, it cost me £10 total every day. To go to what? I'm getting frustrated. No, tuck it. £10, and it just cost me £3.50 to go to Lake Garda. What is now stopping me from getting a train to Milan? What is stopping me from doing that? Because I'm considering it. I might do it. If it's raining tomorrow, I'm gonna do what I need to do tomorrow, and then I might just go to Milan for the day and come back at night. It's literally raining. Why the fuck wouldn't I do that? And then I'll have Wednesday morning left in Verona to walk around and say goodbye. I'm having such a great time. Okay, bye. Okay, so following a 90-minute delay on my train, I finally made it to Lake Garda. I actually met these really lovely like British couple, and I spent the entire journey with them, so I couldn't vlog myself on the train, but I just spent it chatting with them, and they stay in Desenzano, which is where I am right now. So they just showed me the way from the train station to where I am now, and I booked a ticket from the ticket office for a ferry to take me from Desenzano, Lake Garda, to Sirmione, which is just a nice, small, cute little town. It'll drop me off for like an hour, and then I can get back on. And I'm very, very excited. It's such a beautiful city, town. I don't know what to call it, but yeah. So I'm here. I made it. I almost gave up because initially the delay was 30 minutes, then it was 60 minutes, then it was 70 minutes, then it was 80 minutes. Once I saw that 80 minutes, I was like, this train is just never really going to come, so I might as well just give it up and call it a day. And I'm really, really glad I didn't do that, because I'm here and it's lovely and it's beautiful and the weather's amazing, which I've said 65 million times, but look at it. I am sitting in a park in Sirmione, in front of Lake Garda, under a beautiful big tree with pink flowers on it. I don't even know what tree it is. Oh my god, life is just so beautiful sometimes, but there are no words in either language I speak to possibly describe it. I'm having the most magical time ever. I don't ever want to leave. The next ferry taking me back is in 15 minutes. I don't want to go. I want to stay. But I have to go because I want to see the sunset in Verona, in the I don't know what it's called, the castle. I want to like hop like a frog. That's like the best way for me to explain my happiness. I want to just like that. Yeah, that did it. I feel fucking amazing now. Okay, I'm gonna walk around some more. Good morning! What a day I had yesterday. I don't even know how to describe the the best way for me to even attempt to put into words how good of a day I had yesterday was, I don't know if you saw the clip, I don't know if I've, in my little editor's cut, if I decided to put it in, I just rolled around on grass for a little bit like a dog because I had such an overwhelming surge of joy and excitement, and I just didn't know what to do with it, so I just like hopped like a frog and then just sort of like in the grass because I was so unbelievably happy. I met so many people. I've had so much fun. I've had so much ice cream in the last 24 hours that I fear my bloodstream may just be ice cream. But it's been incredible. I don't even know what I've told you I've done and what I haven't told you I've done. I woke up in the morning really early, if you remember. Everything was closed because nothing bloody opens before 9 a.m. in Italy. I want to live here, mate. Everything's open at 6 a.m. back home. But yeah, I woke up and I went to Juliet's house, and then Juliet's house was closed because nothing was open before 9 a.m. So I walked around the city just to like spot all of the places that I wanted to go to, and then I went back to Juliet's house, and then I met this girl. Her name is Sheikha. I'm pretty sure I put our little videos in. And we just spent the whole time together. She was from Saudi Arabia, so it just felt so good to speak to someone who spoke my language, and it was incredible. We had the most fun ever. We found like a little hidden doorway where we could see Juliet's balcony and Juliet without having to queue up, without having to pay, without having 20 seconds to take a picture. And we just took some pictures and we walked around. We sat in the market, we had a drink together, we had a little chit chat, then we went to the lake. That's when like the flowers were raining on us and stuff, and then I just cut something out because I accidentally told a secret. But then her friend woke up and I dropped her off to the museum to go meet her friend. And then I walked around and I walked all the way across the river. I went to Giusto Gardens, which I put in, and then I went to Romeo's house, which a lot of people don't know you can visit. I feel like I haven't looked through any of the videos I filmed, and I do feel like I've already said all of this in a video. Oh, well, I'll figure it out in the editor's cut. I don't care enough. And then a lot of people don't know that you can visit Romeo's house. You're just not allowed to go into it because people live there and people still own it. So I just took pictures and videos outside. And then I walked around the city again. I walked around town, and then I got back to the hotel because I was exhausted and I was sweaty and I was hot and I felt dirty. And I got changed and I asked the I have definitely told you this. Basically, the receptionist told me exactly how to get to Lake Garda. I went to Lake Garda, it was delayed. I told you all of this. And then I met a cute, lovely couple. Oh my God, I think I've told you all of this. But they guided me down to the Sanzo, which is where I went. And then they told me that I can get the ferry to Sirmione, which is like a little island on Lake Garda. And so I got the ferry, which was absolutely stunning. And then I went around Sirmione. I really don't know which one it is. And then I did all of that, and then I had the best time ever, and then I got the ferry back because I wanted to get some gelato from Desenzano, and so I had my gelato, I sat around, I looked at the lake, I had the best time, and then I went up the hill to go to the train station, and once again, my train was delayed. But it's fine because I made so many friends. I was sat down reading when my train was delayed, and I turned to the side and I saw a girl reading all about love. I didn't even know what the girl looked like. I just saw the book and I was like, I know that one. whatever, the train is an hour delayed. I go up to the platform eventually and I meet this one woman named Amanda who literally looks so much like someone I know, and it was driving us crazy because she thought she knew me and I thought I knew her, but she's from New Zealand. Whatever, I spent the time with her, and then I spent the time with these two girls, and then I saw All About Love in the bag and I was like, oh my god, were you reading that outside? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh my god, I spotted that, we're meant to be. And then we met this other couple who had a flight in a few hours and their train was delayed, and it was crazy. We spent so much time together. We became friends. I've already got one of the girls' Insta. And then we finally got on the train, and then we made it, and we were waiting for the bus in Verona. The bus didn't come. And then some American guy came up and we befriended him and we were talking to him, and then we all decided this bus isn't coming, so we walked all the way back to the city, which I'm pretty sure I filmed. We got back to my hotel at like 10:45 and I was starving by then and I was exhausted. We'd taken what, 26,000 steps by then. So I went downstairs. I just had a really quick pizza before all the restaurants closed, and then I came back upstairs and I actually called my Italian friend to tell her all of the words that I learned and everything I'd done so far, and she corrected me on Sirmione or Sirmione numerous times. I just can't remember. And then yeah, so this morning I had a bit of a lie-in because I'm exhausted and my feet are swollen. But I'm going to go and I will be volunteering with Club de Giulietta, which is, I think I've told you about this, you know, Letters to Juliet, the women who secretly collect all the letters people write to Juliet and then write back to them. That is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be volunteering with them for 2 hours because that's how long they're open. And then I don't really know what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. I'm going to go to the Basilica first because Club de Giulietta doesn't open until 10:30. That's in half an hour. So I'm going to go see the church, and then I'm kind of just going to wing it from there. It was supposed to be raining, and it was raining in the morning, but it stopped raining. However, it is pretty gloomy. We'll see. Anyway, bye. Leave him. Easy. You don't need a letter for that, just a text. It's the newspaper clipping about Juliet Club.
Oh,
that's so cool.
That's insane.
Oh,
Thank you.
I made a friend at the letter writing. Here she is. And we went to this like pasta bar where you choose all the pastas and the sauces and shit that you want, and we just got a mixed tortellini, and it's really good. And it smells incredible, so I'm excited. My last day. I know I say this every morning. I know I say this every time I turn this camera on, but I don't even know the words to use. I don't know what to say. Every night I get into bed and I call my mom and she's like, what did you do today? And my response is always, what didn't I do today? What experience didn't I have that day? What joy didn't I feel? What happiness didn't I see? What love didn't I taste in the air around me? It was just, this trip has really meant so much to me. This is something I've wanted to do for so long, and it's very obvious in the way I respond to everything I do. I don't think I spoke to the camera at all yesterday, except for in the morning and then when I was getting food, but I went to Club de Giulietta, which was absolutely incredible. I was so overwhelmed with emotions at the very second I opened the first letter I was intending on replying to. I started crying. It was so magical. I've been wanting to do it for so long before I even considered the possibility of traveling solo. I was so much younger, and I'm Arab. I didn't even think it was something I'd be allowed to do. And at 24 years old, before anyone comments, yes, even as an Arab at 24, you do still need permission from your parents to do certain things, like leaving the country alone. But it was incredible, and I met so many people. And then 2 of the girls that I had met the day prior when we were stranded at the train station were there. Oh my god, am I in focus? Like, I don't even care about filming. But 2 of the girls that I had met the night prior when we were stranded turned up. They turned up at the very end, so they couldn't write any letters, but they were looking through it. I responded to 2 letters. I read a million. And then we had about 20 minutes left before they closed. So I decided to just go through the archive instead. And I was reading letters from 1996 and 1993, which is the oldest archive they date back, even though they were telling us this, the history of the club dates back to the early 1930s, when they started receiving the first letters dedicated to Juliet and Romeo. And it wasn't until I think the 1940s that they decided to start archiving them, in the 1960s maybe, that they started to write back, and that's when they formed the club. I can't remember exactly, but this has been going on for such a long time. And I was going through the archive, and there was something so surreal and so humbling about reading a letter written by a teenager in 1993, which details the same issues and the same drama and the same need for advice on the exact same topics that I would have needed to ask for when I was a teenager in 2013, 2014. There was something hilarious about it. And there was this one letter where the woman was, she wanted advice on how to deal with her friend being in love with a woman. And my god, the plot twist. I read it out loud to the girls, and it was like, everything is perfect about them. She treats him great. She's always available for him. And everything works except for the engagement ring on her finger. The drama. And I took a picture of her return sender address, because I feel like if I really can't satiate the urge, I might write to that address hoping that she's still there, just asking for what happened, like what's new, what did he end up doing, because I need to know. I desperately need to know. I need to know. And that was incredible. And then I made this one friend, the one I filmed when we were eating, and we spent basically the entire day together because it started raining. So we came back to my hotel, and we're just chatting at the hotel, charging our phones, getting a drink, using the toilet. And then we went out, we went to a bookstore. We spent like half an hour in a bookstore, of course, talking about books, talking about the books that we'd read, talking about books I'd recommend, talking about books I wouldn't recommend, her telling me books she'd recommend, wouldn't recommend, like French versions of books and how they differ because she's fluent in French. And that was incredible. And we went to that pasta place, and then I came back again to charge my phone again because I've been using it so much to take so many pictures. I haven't replied to half the people that have spoken to me because I'm in Verona. Everyone leave me alone. But then the sun came up because it had been raining, and I was like, fuck this, I need to go to that what's it called, the funiculare, which is like the cable car that takes you to the top. But then I didn't take the cable car because the staircase was so beautiful and everything was so pretty, so I literally just charged up the stairs all the way up that hill to the very top for the aerial view of the city. And then I saw it, and it was like 6 o'clock, and it was so beautiful. And I made the dedication. I was like, I need to stay here until the sun sets because I think it would be so beautiful. So I just sat on a ledge and read a book, read my book, and just watched the view and watched the people and watched all the graffiti and the padlocks and read my book and like spoke to my friend. I FaceTimed my friend to show her the view, and it got to around 8:30, and sunset's usually at 9:05, and I realized I don't think I'm going to see the sunset because it was forecasted to rain that night and the clouds were pretty dark, so the sun was just setting and I couldn't see the pretty colors, and I was getting very, very cold because I run very cold as a person. So I just left. But I'm so happy. It's my last day, and I think that I might go back to Juliet's club because I just had such a wonderful time, and I want another 2 hours with them. And then after that, I'm gonna walk around, and there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's just there's this restaurant I want to go to that I haven't been able to go to the last few days because of change of plans and stuff. And I'm just gonna have lunch there, and then I'm gonna get dessert at the same place I had those buns yesterday, and then I'm gonna head to the airport. But this has truly been a life and soul changing experience for me, and I'm so unbelievably happy. Okay, bye. Okay, final midday check-in. It is now 1:43. I've got a few more hours before I need to head to the airport. I've had an amazing day. I did end up going and re-volunteering. Did you hear that? I also ended up sitting and journaling in the piazza for a little bit in front of the arena, which was really sweet because I'm sat there journaling next to like love romance graffiti, and then a girl got proposed to right in front of me in front of the arena at 9 a.m. and that was really cute. But I rented a bike from my hotel because they offer free rentals, and I wanted to do a final wrap around the city without it taking me like an hour or two, and I managed to do it in 45 minutes just on my bike, which was really, really, really fun. I felt very main character, I'm not gonna lie to you. And then I went and I volunteered, and it was really fun, and the people who were filming the documentary were there again today, and I had a nice conversation, and I went and I had lunch, and I'm now sitting in the park basking in the sun because it's going to be a while before I see sunshine again. Yeah, and then I'm going to go back to my hotel to charge my phone because it's dying, and then I'm probably going to read a little bit, walk around, get a final dessert. I'm either going to get the minute or the gelato. I haven't decided which one yet, probably the minute. I'm not much of a gelato person, even though I loved it, but it's too messy. Yeah. Bye. So I've just been doing a final wrap around the city, like cycling. No idea where I was going. Took a wrong turn. No idea where I was going. Took another wrong turn. And accidentally ended up at the tomb of Juliet. So we're going inside. Oh my god, I'm so sweaty. Hey. Yeah. I've gotten so in my head about this story and so in like the Romeo and Juliet mentality that I forgot it was fiction. And I walked in and I saw the tomb, and my first thought was, where the fuck is she? And then I remembered it's fake.